Well, here's an NFL subject who has a rather loud fashion sense. That would be Cam Newton, the reigning league MVP. Unfortunately for Newton and the Panthers, they fell to 6-9 on the season with a 33-16 loss to the Falcons. They were eliminated from postseason contention. This, of course, Dylan, comes 1 year after Newton led the Panthers to a 15-1 record, a Super Bowl appearance, and one league MVP. You see the numbers stacked side by side, what he's done last year compared with this year. So legit or nah, Cam Newton is to blame for the Panthers' demise.
It's hard to put it all on Cam. When you go from being the league's MVP and having 45 total touchdowns to, about half that, he's at the top of the list. He's definitely going to take some blame. When you're as much of a lightning rod figure as Cam is, and he wants all the attention when things are going well, and then he wanted none of it when things weren't going so well after the Super Bowl loss to Denver, you're going to catch some blame. And we say it all the time in the National Football League. Fair or not, the quarterbacks get too much of the praise when things are going right and too much of the blame when things aren't. And in this case, maybe it's too much of the blame, but you got to get some blame. The numbers tell you right there. The eye test will tell you. I know this team has played a little bit better as of late. Not so much today against Atlanta, but a little bit better as of late. Still, you just can't compare. The numbers tell you the whole story. It's not been the same type of production for Cam Newton from MVP season a year ago where they're 15-1 in the regular season to not even winning a very winnable division in the NFC South. So, is part of it on Ron Rivera? Hell yeah. Is part of it on the defense? Absolutely. Is part of it on the front office and letting a Josh Norman go? Without a doubt. There's blame to be spread across the whole thing, but Cam is a guy that, he's going to be at the front of the list. And if I want Cam, if I'm a Panthers fan, if I'm, part of this organization, I want Cam to say, yes, put me at the front of the list. I will take ownership. I will take responsibility and accountability for the fact that we did not get it done this year. Put me on the top of that list. So I'm ready to do that. It's not all on him, but it's certainly a lot.
Newton, for further context, has completed less than 50% of his passes in 5 of his last 6 games. So it has just not been a good year from the pocket for Newton.
And they were healthier this year.
Which is strange.
Come back, you figure that should open things up offensively. Just a strange scenario this year.
We look at the one glaring difference is the absence of Josh Norman in that secondary.
Luke
Kuechly was hurt this year at times, so that obviously
Cam's
affects
been banged up. He took a couple. His bell was rung pretty hard in that Denver opener. A couple weeks later, his bell was rung pretty good. Is he seeing a little cobwebs? Is he totally healthy? No one is at this juncture in the NFL, but maybe there's something physically. He's just not feeling as good. He's certainly not playing as good.
I generally skew towards in a team game, especially the ultimate team game like the NFL, that you can't ever blame one entity, a coach, a player, for the failures. But Cam Newton, he is there with the coach, with the defense, with the front office as members who need and deserve the blame for the Panthers struggling in 2016.